welcome back to Stasis Geek. Wow, wow, wow. Disney have managed not just to give the small content creators content, but give every media content of bad. And it's still to come. But this is literally strike 4 for them. And they're still striking. They're still doing it. Now they lost all the subscribers. Yeah, mostly due to the cricket that they can't afford. And then you had literally bang, 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 yes. Galactic Star Cruiser. Gone. Yeah? Then you had 58 programs gone off their streaming. And then they announced that they're scrapping the investment of, for the infrastructure and everything else to improve Disney World. 1 billion. Boom. Gone. We can't afford it. And you're like, they're literally just throwing fuel to their fire. They're a burning ship at the moment. They're not even different entities. They're like Lucasfilm and Disney are just... And then you've got coming up Indiana 5 and Mr. Jones. It looks like it's a dead one. It's nobody appraised it. Yeah, it looks like, oh no. Love Indy. Everybody, you watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. How can you not love it? It's sad. It's sad, but this is, again, Kathleen Kennedy, you're doing it again. And then The Little Mermaid. Everybody's pounding that at the moment. And that looks like it's going to be a flop on the box office. So, wow, wow, wow. Now, if we take the Galactic Star Cruiser, when this first come out, like Star Wars fans, this is going to be great. You can immerse yourself with the characters. I can have a lightsaber fight with Luke Skywalker, Leia, run around with Han and Chewie, go in Mos Eisley, do all this. And then we got a box to take you to a box room. And you're going to have to, I think it was $4,000, wasn't it, to stay? And then what was it? You got the sequels. A sequel franchise that ruined Star Wars going forward, because how long has it been? Exactly. So it's hard to kind of justify what they were doing. After one, you saw the trailer, and then they tried to defend themselves. And then they just had to give away competition free tickets to get people there. And then even people who were doing, had an interest, went there to buy Star Wars merchandise, and all they got was Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. Are you stupid, people? Because why wouldn't you be selling Darth Vader and everything else? Make some money off it. It's probably because George takes a little bit of percentage if they do that. But this wasn't hard to do. And I mean to do right. Because you can guarantee Star Wars fans wanted one thing. And it's even normies. If they name a place in Star Wars, it's going to be Tatooine. Yeah? Ooh, how would you do a hotel in Tatooine? Hold it. There's already one there. And you just needed to rip off the homestead. The Lars homestead. Because that's a hotel. Yeah? So can you imagine you had different tiers? You could stay in the pod. And that would be your $6,000. Yeah? Star Wars. I'm in the homestead. Loving life. And the rest of it just looks like Mos Eisley. Yeah? You have all the different homes and everything like that. And then you come out, it could make it look very Mediterranean kind of feel to it as well. But they didn't even do that. Can you imagine that? You just got kind of a New Hope and you have all the droids, the stormtroopers walking along, and now again you have a rebel come in and do a fight and then comes out. That would have been great immersiveness. Now, I think it was a mistake to do one thing. I think if you're going to do it today, you need two, because you need the family-friendly one, and then you need the kind of adult, I'm going to dress up, I'm going to go and immerse myself to it. Because if your kids are there, they're going to love it, yeah? But you've still got to look after your kids. So I think they needed two. It would have been great. Can you imagine going to literally immerse yourself to Tatooine? But they didn't. They went sequels. And it's found. Now, if you going forward, they burned that. Yeah, that's gone. And I can't see that going to be rebuilt. I think you're not going to get anything. Yeah, what is a shame because they're not doing it right. They're not going to go, let's go what everybody loves. Yeah, prequels to number 6. They're going to have to justify the next thing, and that's Galaxy's Edge. Because that is heavy on the sequels. So if the new revamped movie, I'm going to guess it's going to be a reboot or something, probably a reboot of Phantom Menace, knowing how Kathleen Kennedy works, is if that dive bombs, and I'm still like 50-50 if that's ever going to be made, they've got to get Rey an interesting character to make that profitable until that release. Now, if you are pragmatic and you just look at social and what are people saying, this is a movie nobody wants. They don't want to see Rey Palpatine at all. They do not care. So that in itself would kind of go to any shareholder has a bit of to actually look online and go, why are we doing this? Because nobody wants it. They want the adventures of Luke Skywalker, and we're giving them our Rey Skywalker. So how from now to then, is the money going to come from? Now, we know the Acolyte is going to kill a lot of love of Star Wars. Yeah, it's just going to be a mess. It's going to be atrocious, and it just seems going to be a bit disgusting, to be honest. Now, the only thing you got saving for it is streaming. The Ahsoka. Yeah? The Ahsoka show's coming out. That's got to be a banger to get people lifted back up to love Star Wars, to start buying into Star Wars. Because if they don't, where is this going? Because they're cancelling everything. Now, about cancelling everything, the shows they're cancelling is a bit an oddity. Now, I had a discussion with my girlfriend about this, and we just kind of come to the conclusion. It's not because, they're saving money, because, well, they've already been made. So just dump them on there, because if you look at other streaming service, they have crap on there. Let's say you just don't watch. Netflix, they have a ton of it. So Disney is known for having not a lot of content. A lot of good content. Yeah. But they are lacking in shows, that you're going to keep. Your first click is Disney Plus, not Netflix. Yeah. Or Paramount or whatever it is. Going to new ones. So they've cancelled them. The only thing this could be for is because those shows are diminishing the brand. They are so bad, they diminish the brand. In other words, somebody will click on, now let's go for the most high profile one there, Willow, and will watch Willow, and their analytics and everybody does their number crunching, has looked as people watch Willow, have either unsubscribed or never come back or never gone to watch things. Because what you should do is watch a program, go, oh, this is recommended off the back of that. What is that? I'm going to watch that. But that must have been, the analytics must have been so hard hitting on all these shows. They diminish people watching it, either unsubscribed, didn't renew, or just checked out and didn't watch the next thing. Because you do not want to see streaming service is one, watch a couple of episodes, don't watch the rest, and click off and don't go back on. Worth, even if you're getting it for free, it's the worst thing, because it's the word of mouth that makes these shows, not critics, the word of mouth. So people are saying this show is bad, do not go and watch it. After I watched 2 episodes, I tried my hardest, So it's a shame, because I like the original Willow, and I've not watched this one because it just looked terrible. And then everybody who, kind of you trust out there, were just saying, don't watch it. It's horrid. It's atrocious. It's not worth even, doing a bit of clickbait to. So this is weird. It is a weird one, but it kind of makes sense. So, but you kind of look at it as to make sense to what is Disney doing? They're getting rid of Galactic, Star Cruiser. We'll get rid of a lot of staff and free up some real estate to them. Then they're going to get rid of trying to redo the brand, yeah, of that. Yeah, get rid of all that rubbish so people won't watch rubbish and they'll enjoy the stuff that's on there. But then you've got what's coming out. Now, Indiana 5 is apparently bad. And it's bad that it kills the franchise. Kathleen Kennedy, well done yet again. Now, if you just be, again, a bit pragmatic, is this it for KK? Because if this doesn't, and it's been rumoured that it has to break between 800 and $1 billion just to break even because of all the reshoots and all the costs and everything that's got to do with the marketing for it is apparently boom. So that is troubling news for Kathleen Kennedy. Because if that goes, if she's gone, they just go, that's it. You had your one big thing with Lucasfilm is Willow should have been big. Indiana 5 should be massive. It should have sent off Harrison Ford as a legend into that film. You know, it's just heartbreaking watching. You're going to watch it, aren't you? But probably not at the cinema. Just to go, oh, Indy, what did they do? Because everybody loves Indiana Jones, don't they? It's just fun. So I don't know where that leaves her. Because if, and I'm going to say she doesn't kind of get fired, she'll step down but still get a paycheck. Because there's a little black book there, isn't there now? Because after them sequels, you know, after the numbers kind of leaked out and all, like, what they've not been making any money, is, wow, you should have been fired years ago. And look at it now. Now, if I was Disney, I would literally sack everybody at Lucasfilm. Anybody involved at the moment. And I don't care if you like, you know, whoever. And then they got to reapply for their jobs. Because at the moment, they're literally snowballing into oblivion. You know, because they did have the biggest IP. I wouldn't say Star Wars is the biggest IP at the moment. So what are they doing? They can't keep on giving Kathleen Kennedy the shot. Let's keep giving you a go. Maybe you'll get it right. And then the numbers just keep coming in. Pan. Yep. So if you look at it, the number crunches, they got to do a prediction. And this is where it leads into that the investment of $1 billion is out. We're not doing it. It's because they can say whatever they want. You know, oh, it's the Santos. We don't want to be in Florida. This is going to be the rhetoric, of kind of things. But it's the business changing, because they can see, oh no, and the shareholders aren't going to like that. Whatever your content is, if you love it, you love it. Shareholders are going to look at the dollar price. The shares are dipping. So they've got to get some money back. Looks like Indiana is going to be a complete failure. So you're going to lose. Let's be nice. It makes 600 million. That's going to be nice. That's still probably 400 million short. You got The Little Mermaid coming out, and that's on its way to another flop. So I'm not sure on the price. That's probably not going to be as much. But let's say that makes, $1 billion. Well, you've just made $1 billion to break even on one movie. Combined $1 billion. That's not good. So you've just made 2 movies to cover the cost of one movie. So then you've got all the other add-ons. So the only thing you can do is get rid of some things. Get rid of Galactic Star Cruiser. Build something on that cheaper than your investment on $1 million. Get rid of that real estate. Let's do something else with it. It will cost cheaper. Somebody's come out and go, it's cheaper to get rid, sack everyone, get that tax investment back, rebuild, because the infrastructure's already there, the plumbing, and then that saves us the input of the $1 billion that we were going to invest in other projects. So it's just a mess, because Disney World, if you take that entity, it's always going to do well because you're always going to get the tourists there. But it's not doing the figures it should be doing because the family fun has been taken out of it. So they've got to reintroduce that long term. So this is going to be an interesting time for Disney, because if they only gave Willow 6 months, and we've heard from the writers, They only gave it 6 months. Write better. Yeah? But who is signing that off? Because most people could write, quite a good, screenplay. Yeah, if you put your mind to it, you probably could do it. Not all going to be good. So who's signing these off? Who's going, yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Has it got my ticks? Has it got the, that thing we want to message? Yep. Good. Is it any good? No. So that's the problem, because it's not even the message is there in what Disney are trying to do at the moment. It's just their programming is absolutely terrible. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to say it's going to be 2024 until the things start to change, because they're not going to do it like now. The quarters are gone, so they're going to have to get that investment in, and then the yearly quarter is going to have to come in once they evaluate the money they lost from the parks, the non-tax relief they got, whatever the next thing in Florida is going to be, the things, if Sony does move out of California, how does that hit the industry? These are all little impacts. They're going to have the kind of things. The Star Wars movies and all that. Let's give that investment, because we know heavily is that they are going to pump that movie right in your face. And I think that's going to be, if they're going to go, yes, that's it. We're going to give you one more shot after your strike 17, Catherine, and let's kind of up it, because that should be a golden goose. Lucasfilm should be Disney's golden goose. It should be. Everything that comes out of that should be a winner. And it's not. It's not even producing eggs at the moment. So it's hard for the fans to kind of sit here and go, oh, you're going to get one more chance? Because you're looking at it and going, you should have scrapped it like 18 months ago. But you stuck. Now, the writer's strike, well, it should have an impact. I really much fault with Disney. Have an impact on the, 2 years in the future because of the lack of content. But their content, the people on strike, hate to say it, probably 50% of you shouldn't be writers anymore, because you couldn't even probably write a menu. So this is the problem, is they're going, oh, I'm the greatest. You wouldn't have got that. You wouldn't have got Star Trek Discovery. I saw that one. And everybody's like, I wish we didn't. So, yeah, you're not going to hear much news, but it's just, boom. All you're going to get from Disney at the moment is the next, boom, strike. And you're like, oh, how is this happening? Even if you are the biggest Disney fan, you've got to look at this and go, oh, this is hurtful. This is hurtful. Exactly like most Star Wars fans felt. This is hurtful. Marvel fans are getting, with all the different phases that failed. It's just hurtful. But it's, yeah. So these are going to impact, at the moment, it looks like Lucasfilm and Disney and the Disney park at the moment. But what is next? Is it going to whack over to the Marvels? Is it going to whack over to animation? Now, if I was a shareholder of Disney, I would go scrap all live action and concentrate on what we do best. For Disney is do some great animation. If they're going to do that Frozen again, and then possibly a new Toy Story, they've got to hit home runs. But you've got also, because they've diminished it, and this is why I think they've got rid of, they're going to get slowly, I think, are going to have to get rid of their message, their narrative, their wokeness, and go back to the format that was making them money, because it made them money, because the shareholders aren't going to take it. What was that you did? Get rid of it. And you can slowly see it from the 58 that is there. Well, a lot of them are just there to send a message. They're not actual programming. So it's interesting. I'm waiting for the next flop announcement, because they're doing it by their own accord at the moment. It's literally everything. Oh, what's Disney announcing? Oh, something really bad. So we'll have to wait. It's interesting times for the media, because they're laughing at a media company that should be, wow, they should be nailing it. Boom. Should be loving everything at the moment. But, yep, another announcement. But what's the next announcement? Yeah. But yeah, give us a comment on the crisis at Disney. And give us a like if you want to like. As always, Stasis Geek out.